Hi, OneHourSmartHome.com, and today we're going to review the Feit Electric Wi-Fi Smart Dimmer Switch. So I've got one here, and I've had one of these installed for about 2 weeks now and have been messing around with it. So this is a Wi-Fi Smart Dimmer, which means that you can replace your existing light switch, and then once you install this, you're going to be able to remotely control this from your phone. Now, on top of that, this particular switch is also compatible with Alexa and Google Home, and there is a shortcut you can use to actually use Siri commands with this particular smart Wi-Fi dimmer as well. So I actually ended up picking this up from my local Costco. I think it was like 2 dimmer switches for $25 or maybe a little bit less than that. They do also have these on Amazon, so we'll include a link to those below. But this is a pretty basic smart Wi-Fi dimmer that's going to give you that app control. It will let you create schedules, timers, and other automations. Now, for Wi-Fi smart dimmers that work with Alexa, I typically end up doing all my automations and routines in Alexa, and that is a key component of this, that it does work with Alexa. Now, as far as the switch goes, it is easy to install, but it does require a neutral wire. So if you have a home built after 1980, most likely you will probably have a neutral wire in your switch box. If your home is built before 1980, you may have a neutral wire, but it's not guaranteed that you will have a neutral wire in your switch box. We've got another video that we'll link to below that shows you how to determine if you have a neutral wire. Now, that's just an easy rule of thumb that in most cases will be true for if you have a neutral wire or don't have a neutral wire. However, you're really not going to know until you open up a switch box and take a look. So before purchasing any Wi-Fi smart light switch, I recommend always taking a look in your existing electrical box to see if you have a neutral wire before you go out and buy something. Now, another nice feature of the Feit Smart Dimmer is that it is 3-way compatible, and it's actually 3-way compatible in 2 different ways. So a 3-way switch is where you have 2 switches controlling one light fixture or one set of light fixtures. Now, this is typically found at a stairway where you have 2 switches, one at the top of the stairs and one at the bottom of the stairs, that probably control the lights above or at your stairs. So that is a 3-way switch. The Feit Electric Smart Switch is compatible using it as a smart dimmer on one side and then a regular switch on the other side of a 3-way installation, or you can have both Feit Electric Smart Dimmers installed. So you have a Feit Smart Dimmer at the top of the stairwell and a Feit Smart Dimmer at the bottom of the stairwell. Now, the advantage to that is that you're going to be able to dim it from both locations if you have them at both the top and bottom of the stairs. With the on-off switch, which is a standard on-off switch combined with the smart dimmer, you're going to be able to still dim it from your phone and control it from the dimmer, but at the other switch, you're not going to be able to control the dimming. You're just going to be able to turn it on or off. Now, that configuration will save you a little bit of money because you can just use a standard light switch at the other end if you choose to only use one smart dimmer in the 3-way configuration. Now, as far as the switch goes, at the top of the device, you have 4 indicator lights that will light up according to the current dimmer level. You also have adjustment of the dimmer on the side of the device with either of these 2 paddles, and then you can just press the main switch to turn on or off. Now, another thing to note is that in the center of the light switch, there is a little light that lights up the bottom of the switch. Now, some people like that so they can find it easily at night, and other people might not like that because maybe it's too bright if you have it in a bedroom and could be distracting if you're trying to sleep at night. So that's just something to note with this, that it does have an LED built into the bottom of the switch, and for some people that will be an advantage and others that will be a disadvantage. So it's something to consider before you go installing this in a bedroom. Now, as far as app setup goes and app functionality, it was easy to set up on the Wi-Fi app on my phone. They have it for Apple or Android. Took just a few minutes and the smart dimmer did connect immediately. Now, one thing to note is that it only will connect to a 2.4 gigahertz band Wi-Fi router. Now, pretty much every Wi-Fi router has a 2.4 gigahertz band, but some also have 5 gigahertz bands. I have an Era router that has 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. When setting this up, you need to disable that 5 gigahertz or designate that it connects to the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network to make sure that it will set up properly. The app is easy to use and has basic functions like scheduling and other automations that you can use within the app. It's pretty much in line with other Wi-Fi smart dimmers. It has some basic functions that work on the app, but for the most part, you unlock the most functionality when you combine it with a smart voice assistant like Alexa or Google Home. So overall, I haven't had any issues in using this smart light switch. It's responsive, it was easy to use on my phone, it worked with Alexa and Google voice commands without any problems. It was relatively easy to install. Now, the detractors I see for this light switch, if you are considering it, is that it does require a neutral wire, which is what most other smart light switches require. And in some cases, some people might not like that light that is active on the bottom of the device, that LED. If you're putting it in a bedroom, it could be distracting. But other than that, it's been a solid dimmer. It's worked fine, and I haven't had any issues. So thank you for watching this review on the Feit Electric Smart Wi-Fi Dimmer. Please go ahead, check out the links below, and if you want to support us, please subscribe, give us that thumbs up, and click any of the links below. Thank you.